Howdy folks, and I hope your penguins are fully armed wherever you are in collecting land. And welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. And today it's the highly anticipated Hot Toys 2.0 take on Batman, aka Bruce Wayne, aka Michael Keaton, from the 1992 Tim Burton directed sequel Batman Returns. But before we dive into the Dark Knight, I'd like to send the usual Batcave size shout out to everyone who supported the channel. And please drop a like and hype on this video as it helps other people find Go Figure. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're sure not to miss any of the 1/6 scale reviews, news, previews, etc, you know the drill. So, neck on the chopping block here, Batman Returns is a bit of a mess in my opinion. Tim Burton tried a little too hard to cram a little too much in, trying to make it bigger and better and more amazing than the first outstanding movie of '89. That being said, it's still amazing fun and worth the price of admission alone just for Danny DeVito's turn as Penguin. And of course, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. But enough of my 20-something daydreams, onto the box. Let's stop it from spinning and have a close-up look. This is a brand new figure, literally just come through the door, straight in front of the camera. The box itself is quite reserved for a Hot Toys box, and I like the direction they've gone in here. Very, very subtle, puts me in mind of John Wick boxes. Very, very simple. On the front here, you've got the Bat logo. It's raised ever so slightly. It's got that lovely tactile feel. It's highlighted in high gloss sections there, and you've got a rough feeling to that cloud and the sort of snow effect sweeping across the front. And they've gone for a black and white sort of design here with just some subtle hints of high gloss detailing. You've got the Gotham skyline in the background there, if the light's catching that, with some bats flying off. You've got the grapnel gun effects running up the side there. There's some subtle touches of blue to highlight it. It's Deluxe edition at the bottom there. Hot Toys, movie masterpiece, DC logo, obviously officially licensed. Around the side, that same continuation of that same subtle design. Really liking this a lot. It's toned down but classy. Same design on this side as well. On the bottom of the box just says Batman Returns. On the top of the box, the same story. Flip it round the back and we've got all the usual credits and warnings there. Don't piss this figure off because it might get nuts. Slipcover design, as with the majority of Hot Toys figures, and get that to one side there, nearly dropped it. I love this design on the back of the box. I think this is great. Done in black and white. Really, really liking this. You've got Penguin and Catwoman at the bottom there. It would be great to see Hot Toys release these two figures. We've had plenty of third-party Penguins. Jazz Inc. are giving us a Catwoman. We've had third-party Catwoman figures as well. It would be great to see Hot Toys do these two as well. It says Batman Returns at the top there, Batman Deluxe version. That same motif is continued on the side, only in monochrome, and obviously around the front you've got the usual windowed section with the figure behind it, and this sort of riveted effect around the edges there. So that's the box, folks. Let's do as we always do. Let's crack the seals on this box. Let's dive down onto the table and have a look at all the accessories that you get with your Batman Returns figure. So, accessories out, and I've got to say, Mr. Go Figure is a very happy aging collector. This is what we want to see with a deluxe version of any figure. This amount of accessories. We've got an absolute shit ton of stuff going on here. So let's zip on, or we'll be here all day. Let's start with the mundane stuff. You get a set of instructions. I do recommend reading them. There are so many small parts here and a lot of construction involved. So yeah, set of instructions, put those to one side. Let's take a quick look at the hands. You get a pair already on the figure, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more here. That's 9 hands in total. You get gripping hands, you get gesturing hands. Let's take a look at the quality that we're looking at here. And I don't think Hot Toys have let us down. Yeah, these gloved hands look absolutely excellent. The crease work is really good. That high gloss paint application to give it that shine. Overall, yeah, not a vast amount of creasing in the palms there, but that hand is open. The more enclosed hands, you see more creasing going on, and you've got variety of hands for gripping all the weapons and some gesturing hands as well. Let's do the flexibility test. Yeah, soft to medium, these guys, so gripping accessories should not be an issue. Nice to see. And let's just grab one more at random. Yeah, sculpt paint application, those ridges down the back, sculpted in seams. Overall, yeah, really high standard of hands as we've come to expect from Hot Toys. So that's the hands. Let's put those to one side. What else do you get? There is a boatload of stuff. Let's get the weaponry out of the way. Oh, talking of hands, you get a spare pair of wrist pegs as well. Always great to see. Let's start with the zipline launcher. Now, all one piece of sculpted plastic. This hand grip there at the front, and then you've got the two concealed zip lines there on the heads of the zip lines painted in gold. Really nicely done. My only issue here, and I'm going to bring in this other accessory at this point. You get two extended zip lines, which is this sort of string effect with the grapple hook on the end there, and this little sort of slot in section here. My only issue, and you get one for either end, so it's a nice addition. However, these are only held in by friction, and you have to remove these. And I noticed straight out of the box, getting your fingers in there, unless you've got the world's tiniest fingers, which I haven't, I've got sausage fingers, getting your fingernails in there to get these out is going to be difficult. Therefore, you're going to need a tool to get these out. And I'm really concerned that you're going to end up scratching this really nice sort of brass stroke gold effect paint application that they've given the grapple hooks there. So yeah, great idea, but getting these out is going to be interesting, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's the zipline launcher and the two zip lines. You also get the computer-controlled Batarang with the LED display on the front. Really nicely sculpted, all one piece of sculpted plastic. That black finish there. There's some silver detailing on there, some silver dry brushing if the light's catching that, picking out the detailing. You've got the red button and the control pad in the center there, and you've even got the LED screen there in blue with the white figures on it for the auto homing Batarang. So yeah, nice inclusion as well. You also get these two little pieces. Now I think these are the napalm dispersers, shall we say, but not 100% certain on that one, but I think they are, and they're done in this sort of gold effect paint application, all one piece of sculpted plastic, and that blue effect on the side there. So put those to one side, and I'm gonna have to say at this point as well, I have never owned the version 1.0 of this particular figure. I would normally put a comparison video up on the channel, but I missed out on that particular figure, and it was fetching silly money on the aftermarket. It's sort of widely regarded as the definitive Hot Toys 1/6 scale Batman figure, but let's soldier on with the accessories. You get the, now I think this is the remote control for the missile launcher, unless I'm very much mistaken, all one piece of sculpted plastic, done in black with that red button on the front there, and the aerial and the green flashing light on the top there. Obviously doesn't illuminate, but yeah, I believe that can be attached to the belt or held in the hand. You also get the Batmobile remote control, very small piece this, exercise caution, this could go wandering off. Sculpted plastic, and you've got that silver detailing on there. There's that section at the top, and if the camera's picking that up, really nicely detailed little bat symbol in silver there. You also get the grapnel gun. Standard issue, I think, with most Batman figures, Keaton Batman figures. Sculpted plastic. This breaks down, comes into two pieces, simply slots out there. Paint applications and sculpt are really nice and screen accurate, especially on that grappling hook at the end there. And this can be attached to the belt. Now, what Hot Toys have done here, and I think it was a great idea, I'm just going to fold this out. People who know Hot Toys figures will know how this works. This section simply folds out, and what you've got here is a magnet in the handle, which means it can be attached to the utility belt. There is a magnet in the utility belt which will hold it in place. Once you've broken it down, that piece will attach magnetically. This piece attaches to the utility belt using this little doohickey. Hole in there, slot it in there, and then attach it to the belt. So jobs are good. And with the grapnel gun, that's the grapnel gun out the way. You get the doohickey for the purse system, obviously. What next? Let's take a look at the where to go with this. There's so much stuff here. Let's take a look at at these two interchangeable mouth plates. Now, on the figure itself, it's the usual story. The cowl is already on the figure, and we'll take a look at that when we bring it out. You get 3 interchangeable mouth plates. You get duck face, not so duck face, and the one that's already on the figure itself, which we'll take a look at. They are attached by friction. Simply pop them out of the cowl, pop the replacement in, and as per usual with Hot Toys, I think the sculpt and paint application here is really good. Those skin tones and textures are excellent, even from the lower part of the face here, unmistakably Keaton. I'm not 100% certain on this one. I think I'll be going with the one that's already on the figure. There's much debate about the mouth plates on the Keaton figures, particularly after the blue-grey version that they announced recently. But we'll see how they look when they're on the figure itself. But overall, yeah, 5 o'clock shadows there. The skin tones and textures are excellent. Those teeth are really well done. To give that sort of pearly, pearlescent look, and overall, yeah, cracking swap out mouth plates there, so we'll pop those to one side. What else do you get? Let's take a look at the cowl. You also get this a ripped cowl to use in conjunction with the uncowled head sculpt, which I believe only comes with this version, the deluxe version, but straight away, yeah, made out of sculpted plastic. It's got some give to it. Screen accuracy is most certainly there. Paint applications are really nice. Loving this ripped effect around the side here, looks very good. And obviously the bat symbol is done as we would expect it to be done. And it also comes with the ripped cowl as well, which you can have him holding if you want to. Ripped around the edges there, doesn't quite match up with that, but it still is very effective. And yeah, sculpting, paint applications, length of the ears there, all on point. I think Hot Toys have done a cracking job with this, and it simply slots on to the figure itself. So if we're taking a look at the ripped cowl, let's take a look at this head sculpt now. Straight out of the box, I've got to say, I think this is possibly the best Michael Keaton 1/6 scale head sculpt I have ever seen. I'm going to throw it out there. I think this is phenomenal. Took my breath away straight out of the box. Individually hand painted and very, very, very good indeed. There isn't an angle here that this isn't Michael Keaton. I'm going to be popping up photos in the top left-hand corner throughout this review, so you can do your own comparisons on the head sculpt, on the proportions, on the outfit, and so on. But yeah, phenomenal. Unmistakably Keaton. Superb sculpt there, superb skin tones and textures, frighteningly realistic, even down to that slight creasing in the neck, the reddening around the Adam's apple there, the light's catching that. Eyes are super glassy, the right colour. The tones and textures down to the minute sort of crow's feet, very, very, very subtle crow's feet around the eyes there. The lips, perfectly done. Slight hint of 5 o'clock shadow going on there. Overall, an amazing head sculpt. The hair, individual strands picked out, the style is right. That unruly, although smart in style, the way that Keaton's hair will go off in all kinds of different directions is captured really, really well. And around the back, you have access to the purse system. Let's pop this off. Magnetically attached as always, get the doohickey in there, and you can muck about with the eyes to your heart's content. And really well concealed in that hairline as well. You can barely see the join there. So a cracking head sculpt, I think. And I've got to take my hat off to Hot Toys on this one. I think they have given us possibly the definitive Keaton head sculpt. In actual fact, what I'll do at this point, let's bring in Mars Toys' take on Bruce Wayne, just as a comparison. Now, Mars Toys are by no means a slouch in the 1/6 scale world. I've got a lot of time for them, a lot of their figures in the collection. I really like the work they're doing on the Batman IP, but let's just put these two side by side so you can see for yourself here. Now, I think the Mars Toys is an excellent Keaton head sculpt, but really, compared to this one, it's day and night. The skin tones, the texturing, the overall sculpt itself, it's just on a different level. Yes, the price point is a mile apart, but it gives you some comparison there. So yeah, I'm going to stop gushing about this amazing head sculpt. Let's get on to the rest of the accessories. We've done the cowl. Let's look at this phenomenal accessory. Whether we're going to get all this in shot, I do not know. This is the extended cape, and I think it's amazing. I will be using this in the display simply because I think it looks phenomenal. Folds out, you've got that cape material, plastic edging here, with the hooks on there. It simply slots over the top of the neck. You remove the cowl, pop this over the top of the cowl itself, and then underneath the cowl rather, pop the cowl back on, and you have these two sections. One attaches to the front, one attaches to the back. It's magnetic. You simply clasp it through the holes there. It joins together and you can magnetically attach it to the back. I like the use of magnets here. Lots of magnets going on, which is always great to see. So yeah, that is the super impressive extended wings there. So let's pop those to one side. And finally, this diorama base. Okay, let's drag this into shot. First impressions on this diorama base are very, very good. Sculpted plastic, obviously, feet on the bottom, great to see to avoid slippage in the display there. Obviously meant to represent the top of a Gothic cathedral, and I think they've done a cracking job here. The sculpt, the paint applications, very, very nice. The level of detailing, particularly on the paint applications here, you've got hints of snow on these spike sections. The brickwork has been done really, really well. There are multiple shades of brown going on in there. Overall, the weathering, the detail, I just think it's great. And it works from the back as well. So it's multi-purpose, this thing, in more ways than one. And you've got this snow effect going on across the top here and in the crevices as well. Paint, sculpt, just very, very good indeed. What I do like about this as well, and it comes with two interchangeable front sections. This section here, you can attach either the Shrek department store symbol, that grinning cat's head, which once again is painted really, really well. I'm loving the detailing on there to give it that sort of stone effect, with those hints of snow, the shading on there. Overall, yeah, just really, really nice addition. And the great thing about this is you can really just swap up your display to your heart's content. You also get this gargoyle as well if you're wanting to swap that out. I think having interchangeable pieces on a diorama base is a great idea. I really do, because as much as you swap up the figure, if the base is static and never changes, that can get a bit stagnant. So great idea. So yeah, you simply just lift the cat's head off and drop in the bird type gargoyle. I think I'm preferring this, but it's just great to have the choice. And once again, the sculpt and paint applications on this section just as good as the other. With those, I'm loving those hints of white in there to sort of nod to snow. I think that's a great inclusion. Also, standard issue crotch grabber, as you get with all toys now, all hot toys now. Another great, I mean, they really thought through this diorama base hot toys. I've got to say, they've done a cracking job. You can attach the crotch grabber at the front here, so you can have the diorama itself like this, or you can attach it at the back here, so you can have him at the back. Really, it's entirely up to you, and I think that's a great idea as well. And also included are these little doohickeys, which I couldn't figure out what they were until I checked the instructions. So the crotch grabber hole that you're not using, you can cover up with one of these pieces, so it doesn't detract from the display having an ugly crotch grabber hole there. So yeah, that's the display base, and very, very impressed I am too. So that's the accessories. So without further ado, let's bring out Batman himself. Let's get him onto this stand, onto the turntable, and have a close-up look at him. Okay folks, so here's Bat, straight out of the box, straight onto that rather fabulous diorama and turntable. First impressions, I've got to say, first impressions are very, very good indeed. I think this, straight out of the box, is an incredible figure. The proportions look on point to me, that outfit looks screen accurate and really well done. We'll get to the cape. As regulars to the channel will know my misgivings about Hot Toys capes, and lightsabers for that matter as well, but overall first impressions are absolutely stunning. It looks like Hot Toys have hit a home run here. But let's do as we always do. Let's stop him from spinning and take a close-up look at him. We will start at the bottom and work our way up as we always do. Let's get him off that stand and into shot. We'll start with these boots. Now, straight away, they're all one piece of sculpted plastic. I am loving the detailing here. I think is phenomenal, and the screen accuracy is most certainly on point. You've got all the detailing in there, from those padded ankle sections to that bat symbol at the top of the ankle there, to that gradiated section on the shin area. There's sculpted in tread on the bottom here, which is great to see. Creasing around the back, if the camera's catching that, on both ankles there. Overall, the detailing and the paint applications, I think, are really, really good on this boot. The only downside, I think, is the fact that there isn't a split cut boot design here, and I think Hot Toys have missed a trick here. This kind of style of boot begs to be done in the split cut boot design, but it's all one piece of sculpted plastic, which is going to limit the foot articulation. There's no forward or backward movement really there, of which there's a little bit, but not a vast amount. Obviously you've got the right to left because the boot moves itself, but on the peg, but yeah, a missed trick there, I think, from Hot Toys. But overall, I'm liking the level of detailing, the screen accuracy's there, and the sculpt is on point. They will move to the right and left, as I mentioned, like that. You've got a full range of motion there, but I would say exercise caution. Although it's not particularly sharp, the top of the boot there could rub against the suit itself over time. Let's check the articulation now. Hot Toys cover the articulation in the instructions, which is great to see, and you've got a really smooth ratchet joint there at the knee, and that will go about to there. I'm not going to push it any further than that. The instructions tell you the limitations of the articulation on this figure, which I think is a great inclusion from Hot Toys. But yeah, the body underneath here feels suitably smooth. The joints are really nice. So yeah, a nice high quality body under there. Let's take a look at this suit itself. Now, I think what Hot Toys have done here to get that rubber effect is they've gone for that vinyl that's been given a paint application to make it look like rubber. It feels like a vinyl material. How this will stand the test of time is anybody's guess, particularly in a dynamic pose, but the look and feel is very good. I don't think there's any padding underneath here. I think this is just the thickness of the vinyl material that they've used, but the proportions look right in those leg areas. You've got those seams running down from the crotch down to the knee pad itself. All look on point. Let's take a look round the back. Let's lift this cape up. You've got the back bum there. Yeah, that looks good. Those seams are continued, those sculpted in seams up to the crotch area, and looks like you've got some give in the back of those knees as well to compensate for those dynamic poses. You can see those creases there on the back side of the knees. So yeah, the legs themselves really nicely done. Is there a twist? Yes, there's a twist there at the hip area, which is great to see. Let's check the hip movement. Now you've got another solid ratchet joint there, which is great to see. I don't think there's going to be an awful lot of splay on these legs. That's down to the restriction of the outfit itself. But yeah, you've got a small amount, probably that amount of forward and backward movement there, if you can see that there. So yeah, that's to be expected with this kind of suit, though. Moving up, the belt itself, the utility belt. Now, sculpted plastic, really nicely done. It's got that sort of high gloss yellow finish to it, with what looks like black dry brushing in there to pick out the details. It's free floating, which is good to see, so you can futz it up and down, get it sitting low as it should be. I would say straight out of the box, I have noticed that it is digging in at the top of the thigh. There's a little indentation there, so I would say maybe exercise caution. Over time, depending on the pose, you wouldn't want it digging into this rather nice suit. Abdomen section, really nicely done with that distinctive new look that they changed from the 89 movie up to the Batman Returns movie. The shape looks right, sculpting is excellent, as is that new chest section as well. Let's take a look at the arms now. Might have to remove the cape at this point. Let's pop this cape off, and that's simply done. You just pop the head sculpt off. Gone are the days of those horrendous neck pegs where you had to apply way too much pressure. To take the cape off, just simply slot it over the top there. But let's take a look at the body. Arms themselves, proportionally, very, very well done. The shoulders, the shoulder joints themselves, they're on a very, very sturdy ratchet. You can probably hear that clicking there. The suit itself, sculpted around the back. There's a sculpted in zip into the vinyl itself, and you come down to the gauntlets. Now, word of caution here, as with the edges of the cowl, the tips of the ears, these the spikes on the gauntlets are super sharp. Now, we're not talking just sharp, we're talking needle sharp here. These things are very, very sharp indeed. So exercise caution here, particularly around that cape. You wouldn't want this digging into the cape or into your flesh for that matter. But overall, yeah, I think the suit works very, very well indeed. Let's just check the articulation in these arms. And yeah, nice movement there. Body feels of a good quality, and you're going to probably get to about 45 there, I think. Yeah, the gauntlets themselves, nice paint application, sculpted in crease work there. You've got that high gloss finish with that ribbing at the wrist and on the knuckles as we mentioned before in the accessories section. These gauntlets are free floating, which is great to see, so you can cover up that wrist peg. Let's pop this this cape back on so we can have a chat about the cape and the cowl. Very simply done. Yeah, just slots straight back on. I do like that idea. Right, the cape itself. Now, Hot Toys capes have improved. Are they as good as they should be? Probably not. But the material itself, Hot Toys collectors will recognise it's got that sheen to it. It's a cotton material, but it's been given that sort of high gloss finish. The stitch work is really, really nice. The overall finish, very, very good. There's no loose threads hanging down. The shape is right. It's wired. You've got a wire running down the front here, and in the second pleat as well. That's the only wiring you've got. There are no wires around the back section here, no wiring along the bottom. The wires themselves, they feel sturdy. They're not too thick, not too thin. I've had Hot Toys figures in the past where these wires have been wafer thin and damn near useless, and I've had them where they're way too thick and they're like a coat hanger. This is just about the right level of resistance in the wires there, so you can get those flowing poses going on. So overall, yeah, and you probably noticed as well, you do have to do some futzing when you I would say exercise caution here as well. You have to do some futzing once you've got this head sculpt back on, if you've swapped it out for the alternate one, just to lose this ugly gap here. And it does have a tendency to do that. It does go if you futz it, but it can take a little bit of work. And as I said before, exercise caution when you are futzing it, because these spikes are quite sharp. You wouldn't want them digging in to the actual cape itself. So onto the head sculpt. Right, where to begin with this head sculpt? As I mentioned before, I'm going to be putting up photos in the top left-hand corner there, so for reference purposes. Now, I've heard some arguments here that the gap here in the cowl itself is too wide. It should be thinner. I'm not seeing that myself. I think that works very, very well indeed. I think the overall proportions are excellent. Unmistakably Keaton underneath that cowl there. This is the more neutral of the interchangeable faceplates. Probably the one I'm going to use the most, I would imagine. But yeah, as with the other faceplates, the skin tones and textures are incredible. Hint of 5 o'clock shadow. Paint and sculpt, excellent. Overall, the proportions of this cowl look great. You've got the dark areas around the eyes there. The eyes are super glassy, the right colour. Proportions, I mean, pretty much from any angle here. This is the Batman Returns Keaton. I think this is excellent work here from Hot Toys. Really, really liking this. Obviously, you're going to have limited articulation in this figure by the nature of the cowl itself, but yeah, this is what we've come to expect. You can't really get away from that, but there's a little bit of give in there. Not an awful lot, little bit of give, but not much at all. And yeah, if you are going to futz around with that, as I mentioned before, watch out for those spikes on the on this wired cape. Let's just pop this head sculpt off again. Lay him down because we need to talk about the purse system here. Swap out mouth plates, very, very simple. You just get your finger under there and give it a, well, you can't, I'll say get your finger under there. It's not the, that's not the ideal way to do it. What you really need to do, he said confidently, just looking for the doohickey, and there it is. To actually get the mouth plate out, just take this end of this piece of plastic, pop it in there, and you can probably see why it's getting in there. You can see where the friction attachment is for that mouth plate. Just pop it in there, push it out, and swap out the mouth plate. Now, getting to the eyes on this is going to be a nightmare. It is. I want to alter these out, so you really do need to use this. You've got to get it right inside the cowl there. Get that section hooked into the joystick. Is the camera going to focus in there? Yes, it is. But they're hidden away right in there, and you can muck around with those eyes. But overall, I think that is a cracking cowl and a cracking Keaton head sculpt. So there you have it, folks. That's Batman. Let's pop his head back on, pop him back on the stand. I think what we need to do next is go in for the final verdict on Hot Toys' take on Michael Keaton from Batman Returns. Okay, folks, so it's verdict time on Hot Toys' take on Michael Keaton from Batman Returns. And normally at this point, I would have the figure spinning on the turntable, but I just couldn't resist going for this Batwing look. I think it is so imposing, super impressive, and will just look amazing as a Batman centerpiece in anybody's collection. But it's verdict time, so let's start with the good stuff. Let's start with that diorama base. Brilliantly conceived, really well sculpted and painted, exceptionally impressive. Love the swappable feature in there. Think it's great. Just a great way to keep your display fresh. Great idea to have the crotch grabber movable with those little plastic caps to cover up the ugly hole. Think it's a great idea, brilliantly conceived and amazingly well put together. The figure itself, proportions absolutely nailed on. That suit is screen accurate. The sculpting, paint applications, all absolutely phenomenal. The accessories, amazing, as we've come to expect from Hot Toys Batman figures. You've got the grapnel gun, you've got the zip lines, you've got the and the magnets as well to attach them to the belt. Great little idea. You've got that swap out head sculpt, which is amazing. As I say, I was going to go for that look here, but you will be seeing more of this incredible Keaton head sculpt in the showcase at the end that we normally do in these reviews. You've got the ripped cowl, you've got, well, everything you're going to need. The accessories, I cannot fault. The downsides to this particular figure, well, the main one is always going to be that cape, that swap out cape, the wired one. I'm not sure what it is with Hot Toys, but they seem to love to open the door to third-party cape manufacturers, third-party lightsaber manufacturers in the case of Star Wars figures. I really think it is time that they up their game with the cape. That's going to affect the score, unfortunately. This Batwing, I absolutely love. It is a ball ache to get on. It really is. As we mentioned before, with those super sharp spikes on the cowl and on the wrists, be exceptionally careful when attaching this thing. It's a bugger to get on and to get into the right position, but it is worth the effort. And us collectors aren't averse to a little bit of futzing from time to time. Those really are the only downsides for me, is that cape and the futzing. And the futzing's more a personal thing. So we need to go in for a score on this guy. That is a tough one. It really is. I think the good stuff here is far outweighs the negative. This is very close to a 10 for me. It really is. It's that close. I think the only thing, as I say, that lets it down is that cape, and I'm going to have to take a point off. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. Yeah, so it's going to be a point off for that wired cape, unfortunately. So there you have it, folks. Hot Toys' take on Michael Keaton as Batman from Batman Returns is a 9. What are your thoughts on this piece? Do you have it on pre-order? Have you got it already? What are your thoughts on Hot Toys? What are your thoughts on the movie? What are your thoughts on anything at all? Nothing is off menu. So please drop a comment in the comment section below. I will be fascinated to hear your take on this particular figure. What have we got coming up on the channel? Well, there's plenty more Hot Toys reviews. We've also got reviews for figures from InArt, Susu Toys, Present Toys, Caustic Plastic, X06, Iconic Studios, the list goes on. We've got more showcases, we've got more tours, more previews, more news. So as I mentioned at the top there, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the 1/6 scale goodness that we've got coming up. And I suppose all that remains for me to say is a massive thank you for watching, as always, from myself, from Batman. Take care of yourselves, and until next time on the channel, happy collecting, and it's over to the showcase.